fucking doing, baby? Woo!
This is the music of the hour, the music of the skill.
Back like we never left.
Get down with romantic moves.
Boy, am I glad to be back. Hope everybody had a great Independence Day.
This is the music of the hour, the music
I hope your cup never runneth empty. That the blunts were never ending. Family and friends coming together.
Get down with romantic moves.
Burgers, hot dogs. That's what it's all about, right? A little bit of community fun. Hanging out with the ones you love. Fireworks, parades. It's a big fucking celebration. And we've got a lot to celebrate. Astronomical gas prices. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters out in the country of California. I couldn't imagine paying $6 to $7 to $8 a gallon for premium. That's just insane. Those are the whims of a madman. And I mean, the art of the deal still has not prevailed. How many times have we been told that we've got a deal, it's gonna be great, it makes us look great, it's tremendous, I love it, you're gonna love it, everybody, it's one of the greatest things. Hillary could have never done it, Obama could have never done it, only I could. The golden chocobo. It'd be like that. And look, I don't want to have a lack of hope or optimism. However, I like to sit in the actuality of life. I like to be aware of what the fuck is going on out there. Doesn't anybody else? We're just walking with blinders, trying to get to the finish line, unaware of what's left and right of you. And funny thing about left and right, you always get shamed for being in the center or trying to. You gotta make a choice, pick a side. Maybe you wanna bow out, take a step back, watch the rats eat themselves and turn into a fucking, what is that, a rat king, right? Seems like that's what a lot of these communities end up as. Rat kings. Fitting name, too. If you don't know what a rat king is, look that shit up. It's when a bunch of rats come together. I'm sure most people know this, but if you don't, I like talking about it. It's when a bunch of rats come together and they've spent so much time climbing over one another, it just so happens that their tails wrapped around each other in a way where now they can't escape each other, they can't really move away from each other. The tails like bind to each other, and if you were to pull them apart anyway after a certain point, they would all probably die. It's really disgusting, and it shows what happens when there's too many rats living in one congested area. You know, they've got their own overpopulation issues. We never think about the other creatures of the kingdom and what the fuck they might be dealing with. We're so self-centered and focused on humanity as if what we do doesn't tip the balance, so to speak. I think we're pretty far off on that. The evidence is clear to me anyway. We affect a change on our environment, the things around us. That doesn't mean environment can't play some type of part in how we develop. You know, if you're in Alaska or you have to be an Eskimo, I guess that's like a racially charged thing to say now. You're not supposed to say Eskimo. I don't know what you're supposed to say anymore. The fucking world is on the edge. And we're policing ourselves about Oh, you might not want to say that. That's a little insensitive. That's a little bit shut the fuck up. How about you shut the fuck up? How about that's a little bit shut the fuck up? How about that? How about that? Because I'm sick of pretending like you should speak at any time. Some of you dumb motherfuckers should keep that trap closed. It's actually annoying when you go out into the world and you start seeing the people that post the same shit on X do it at your local stores, just in passing. Regurgitating NPC lines where you're wondering to yourself, is this a bot farm? IRL? What the fuck is going on? People just devoid of anything. And it's disappointing to me because I don't hold myself above everybody else. I'm not God. I'm not Mr. Omnipotent. I don't see myself as a deity. That's why I never understand when people have an issue with me, because you're barking up the wrong fucking tree. We don't have to get along, but you should never have an issue with me, somebody who hasn't impacted your life in a serious way. At the end of the day, I'm just a fucking entertainer. I come up here, I spit my little spiel, I try to put on some type of good show for you guys. I want the conversation to be unexpected. And it's not bad if people don't fall in love with the product. But I think I've had a lot of more wins than losses in that regard. Hits, not misses. I don't think I'm killing it by any means. I'm real with myself. I look at the numbers. When I put out an episode, and even if it's got a guest, it only hits like 30 views, I'm like, damn. Audience was not really feeling this one. It wasn't provocative enough. I couldn't evoke anybody to take the time to give it a listen. Time is valuable. Not a lot of people can spare it. And when they would rather commit that time to listens that are more what they're expecting, I understand that. And I don't think it's a matter of just getting certain guests to come on either. Because I'll be honest with you, now that we're a little deeper into the episode, one of the main reasons I have not done This Is Comedy is because I'm having trouble scheduling guests. I don't mind talking about it on the show. Normally I'm somewhat of a private person. I can admit it. I'm having a tough time getting new guests to come on the show. I'll set something up. Sometimes it's a little short notice. Sometimes there's a week in between. And it's not like I only do it that way. When things were going smoothly, when I didn't really have to sweat the small shit, I was doing this a month and a half out in advance. I had people who were committed. And to the people that were able to show up, thank you. You prove that it's really that simple to come on and do a show. But to the people that haven't been able to make it on, I'm not mad at you. But what the fuck do you got going on where you can't figure out an hour at the most? Because sometimes it goes over, but that's because people want to hang out and talk. It's not because we're necessarily trying to funnel more content or clicks. We're just enjoying the conversation and we're not in a hurry to bow out. The idea that you can't figure it out, that lets me know there might not be a deeper interest. And that doesn't make me upset, it just lets me know, oh. And I get it, we all go different ways with things. But sometimes people just don't know how to tell you no. They're afraid of the reaction you might give, which fair enough. I know confrontation is a tricky bitch. And I'm not saying anything particular about anybody that hasn't come on. This isn't like a cheap shot. I'm not throwing shade at anybody. I'm just being, honest and transparent about, I understand that for some people, this might not be what they're looking for, and to commit to something like this is troublesome. I had a pretty big guest planned a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. And it's somebody I've known for a while. And in terms of people you look up to or admire, especially when you were younger and go, wow, that's amazing. This guy was definitely in that category for me. It's not like he's lost that because he hasn't come on my show. I asked if he wanted to come on, and he said yes, and then I don't want to say I screwed myself out of it, but I was like, no, don't just say yes. Actually take some time to look at my shit and make sure you would even want to come on. And if it doesn't seem like something you'd want to do, don't do it. Because I respect the guy enough to give him the option to bow out without turning it into something hostile. And to be fair with you, that's kind of what happened, because the day we were going to record, I don't want to use the word ghosted, but it didn't happen. And eventually, when I was following up, I did get I don't have time for pods right now, which that's a very polite way of saying no. And that's okay. And there's just been a couple instances like that where you're trying to connect the dots with people, and I don't think it's personal or malicious. I have to underline and stress that so much right now. I'm not saying that it's done in poor taste. Sometimes it really is just inconvenient timing. But trying to follow up or figure out, well, I've put this out here, so is it a no now, but let's do it next week? Look, I'm trying to find out where's the meeting? Where do we get to the part where I've asked you something and you're actually either like, yeah, I can do it this day, this time works for me. Because I genuinely think I'm one of the most flexible show hosts. I watch the way a lot of people in this same space do their thing. Not everybody is as laid back, because you have a certain time you like to have things come out, or you set things up with people. And why do you think a lot of these episodes now, they're recording them months in advance? Because they don't know what they're going to be doing at a certain time or a certain place. They know they can release an episode on a certain day and a certain time, but they don't think they can do it that day at that time. You know, I think a good example of that are the when you get invited to do the Friday night hangs. You know what I mean? The pre-show for those guys have time to do it then. So they do it, it works. The last one I got to do was really fucking funny because Lewis kept having really, really bad cam mic issues. It just kept fucking up for the whole show. And then he switched to his phone. And that was good. But they were giving him shit for it. It was so funny. It's a lot of fun doing those. That's the second time I've done one of those. They're pretty cool. But it was just funny, like, being there, and, you know, they don't feel bad about the way they have their stuff set up, and people still like it for what it is. So I try to have that same mentality of when I'm trying to record an episode. You know, that's the one benefit my show has. It's not live. There's a couple shows out there that are live. If you can't be there then and there, you miss out. That's how you end up being a guest on the show. It just, they're set and locked in specifically. And, you know, to kind of pivot into this, we'll round back to this, but another reason isn't just because of the guest scheduling conflicts. I also have shows that I've been doing, which is a lot of fun. I've been having more fun just kind of taking a step back from creative control as much as I have my whole life, and more being a part of something and having a place where I fit instead of trying to figure out where I fit. Shout out to Brosif, because I caught what he had said the other day. It really put a smile on my face. That on Right Ideas, man. I appreciate you saying you love podding with that guy. When you were talking about me filling in for Eldon on Losercast. And I am very fortunate that I have some people that don't mind me. They see something in me and the way that I do what I do. The behind the scenes conversations I have with people versus what we talk about on the show. You have to be able to understand what's a bit when you're doing a character, when people are actually speaking from experience or an anecdote and being legitimate with whatever they're trying to get into. It's a lot of nuance that, for the faint of heart, you're probably not going to make it through. I don't try to be that incredulous, but, you know, the way I do my content is kind of like Lemon Party or the show. When I saw that people could do that and not completely be eliminated from the internet for it, I'm like, okay, maybe I can do this bullshit that I've been wanting to do for a while. I like talking, I like connecting people. But at the end of the day, I don't think I'm really doing anything that crazy that, again, should make anyone that upset. It's all just jokes. It's all for fun. None of this shit is serious. I could die tomorrow. And then we'd all move on. As we rightfully should. And I know you might not want to feel that way about yourself, but it's the truth. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. How many people are still talking about Alexander the Great? Well, how great was he if he's not in everyday discussion? He's just a fucking bullet point in history? That's a cute thought, but I don't think it's practical. You're not going to live forever. Your physical form, your memory, the closest you get to that is if you leave literature behind that is deemed necessary to humanity. Because there's people that are still remembering the writings of Plato or Kant, Nietzsche. There's all these different places in time that we deeply remember outside of these bullet points that, yeah, sure, they did all that, but what did it amount to? Because they couldn't keep it. It all went away anyway. Like Alexander, didn't he get fucking jungle AIDS or something? Isn't that the story? Like he was on a conquest and he got jungle AIDS and he was like, oh no, I gotta go back. And he was right about to finish everything and he just went back and died. Shit happens. I could get fucking jungle AIDS right now. What I'm trying to make is, I've had so much fun doing Losercast and filling in for Eldon. And really, Eldon and Leighton, thanks for letting me do that. I know that Eldon probably had the final say in like who would step in while he's stepping away. I appreciate that. Somebody actually seeing something in me. So yeah, I've been having so much fun doing that. And then Outlawed Thoughts, which, you know, we kind of have this Tuesday slot, which I really like. Nobody's really doing anything too crazy on Tuesdays. So we've got this fun Tuesday slot where it's 6:30. We've got Outlawed Thoughts, and that typically runs to 8. I wish we could fill a block in, even if it wasn't me or Leighton. If we could find somebody to do the 8 to 10, so we could go from Outlawed Thoughts into that, like it could be kind of a network thing. Because I like this idea we have. I wouldn't want to just put This Is Comedy in there, but now I'm kind of thinking about, like, what I could do. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about some things, but it would be nice to just have, you know, that's what channels do anyway, but imagine if your channel was operated as a channel. On Tuesday, you just have your time slot that people can tune into every week, and they know what to expect if they want to watch that show. So yeah, it's just fun that we do our little thing, and that's Outlaw Thoughts, that's Leighton, Eli, and I, which is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And then Losercast, you know, got Leighton again, we've got Broseph, we've got Toad, we've got Tyler. Even though everybody seems to always forget that Adam Nutter has been on the show, and it was on the episode I did with him. So maybe that's why no one remembers, but that's how Adam and I became cool. Like, I started following him, he started following me, because we did a show together, and we had good content. I should probably see if Adam wants to come on. I don't know why I haven't asked him on yet, out of all the people I've asked. But I know Adam's fucking busy, so I try not to bother people too much either, because it's like, I'm humble enough to know that my little podcast, show, whatever, it's not something that anybody should kill themselves for, right? If it's something you could swing and you have the inclination, I amuse you enough to talk for an hour and just put some content out, see what kind of bits, you know, come up. Hell yeah. But I don't want to just reel people in. That's not my goal, you know? That's another reason why I'm not just doing solo episodes every week and pushing out content, because it's not about a content farm. Look at Adam Friedland. He's taken a fucking break from his show. He's been doing the Beautiful Pod. He's back to just doing a podcast. Maybe he's been upset about, you know, you reach a certain level with the guests you're scheduling, and then people expect a certain level of guest every time. I've said enough about my thoughts on the Tim Heidecker episode. I still think that was a very sad low point where you definitely drew your line in the sand about who you actually care about behind the scenes. I could be reading too much into it, but it's like, I don't think that you have Tim Heidecker on unless you're going to troll him, which it didn't seem like a troll. If, even though I know Sam and Nick have had Adam on to their show. So that's why it was just weird to see Tim Heidecker. Or look, I get it, maybe I'm just being too close to something I have nothing to do with, right? But from the outside, it was weird. Where I think Adam Friedland's show was successful enough that you could have never done a Tim Heidecker interview, and I don't think you would have missed out on anything. Remember when I was talking about bullet points and how Alexander the Great got jungle AIDS and died? Remember that? We're doing a little callback to that now. This is the same thing. Tim Heidecker is just the guy that's going to get jungle AIDS. He's just a bullet point. We don't need to talk about him. The same way that we're probably not going to talk about Jordan Peterson, or the Liver King, or the Tiger King. We're not gonna talk about these people. They don't have the same impact that other celebrities did. And to that point, we've lost pretty significant celebrities that people are not talking about constantly. I mean, Robin Williams, that dude just disappeared. People still kind of talk about Norm a little bit. There's that Norm Poster on X, keeping that memory alive, which is awesome. But I think you know what I'm saying, that like, there gets a point where people just move on. You know, we're not all still singing Frank Sinatra songs. Nobody's dressing up like Jerry Lewis for fucking Halloween. Oh, jeez, I gotta get to the doctor. Oh, jeez. Nobody's doing that anymore. That's done. That's been done for a long time. That ship sailed with the slaves. And you're on the boat. You're a slave, dumb fuck. You didn't even realize you're on the water. Now you're getting whipped. That's all done. It's been done, as they say. That shit's been done, playa. It been done. That shit ain't never coming back, gangy. It been done. I'm just spitting facts right now. You don't have to like it. That's the truth. Yeah. That's my kind of long form explanation of what's been going on with the show. And again, to the people that haven't been able to figure it out, I get it. There's probably one or two of you I'm not going to ask again. It's just been too many times, or, you know, like, I take it as disrespect after more than once. If it keeps happening, if you just can't figure it out, if you don't know what your own schedule looks like to give me a date and time and commit to it, I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with the wind, because the wind isn't reliable. You understand what I'm saying? The wind comes and goes. If you are like the wind, I enjoy a breeze, but I can't do much with a breeze except enjoy it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I have no use for a breeze. A breeze is nice, but it is not useful. And I need to be around useful things at the point I have in my life. I don't mind enjoying a breeze once in a while, but I'm not trying to actively pursue breeze after breeze after breeze. So if you don't end up coming on the show after I make this declaration, I guess I am talking about you, and you can choose to take it personal and we can have a little beef or whatever. But it's not the first time that I've let somebody know that they will never come on my show. And it's not going to be the last time, I'm sure, either. There's plenty of people who have wanted to try and turn me into, a content farm, or try to trigger the lol cow shit. But it's like, I have no interest in engaging with people where that is your, that's your idea of a baseline. Because I know where your peak is. And I'm just not interested in any of that. I've stayed away from shit like that for a long time, because at the end of the day, I'm not here to fit into anybody's box. Unless it's a fine-ass broad, then I'll fit into that box, but I digress. If you're trying to make me go into the circle slot and I'm a triangle, you're not gonna whittle down my points until I've fit your mold, the idea of what you think I should do. No. The same way that this show is an anti-humor show, I'm going to subvert your expectations every single time. That's what I like to do. That's what I like about my show. This is comedy. This is my show. It's nobody else's. That's why I don't have a co-host. I'm not sharing the intellectual property with anybody. I'd love to be able to talk to people consistently and do more with just myself. But again, I'm able to go on and on and on and keep talking just because from the top of the dome, that's the type of conversationalist I am. I don't need a script. I don't need a bunch of ideas. I don't have to, what's happening in a big day? I don't need to do that. That's not me. I'm gonna just talk about whatever comes to my mind in the moment. And look, we've made it 30 minutes in so far. It's a formula that has guided me well. And I'm not like a lot of these motherfuckers who do try to have their thoughts planned out, who, there's all this hesitation in the delivery, and you call it out from the beginning. You just catch it. I don't do that to you guys. I'm actually able to keep pace, have my train of thought somewhat stay on point. I know that there are times I veer off, and I joke, I call it the weave, like Trump. But I have explained my point pretty well here. That's the kind of respect I have for my audience. And I mean it. There's been quite a few different people I've tried to schedule on. There are some that, again, I'm gonna try and figure it out. After this episode, I will reach out to people, and I'm gonna reach out in a bit of a different way. Because I need people to be concise about, can you do this? And if not, when can you? Or can you not do it ever? So I stop asking you, and we don't have this endless fucking, hey, you want to come on the show? Yo, what are you doing? You trying to do the show this weekend? I don't want to do that. I want to be able to ask somebody and get an answer and know for sure. Because if I'm taking you serious enough to want you to come on, it's not that you have to come on, but at least take me serious enough to say, fuck off, man. No, I don't want to go on your gay little show. And that's okay. And if it's not that, let's figure out when you can come on. But I think anybody would get a little burnt out in my position. And yeah, I know it's been a while since I've done an episode. Not doing premium content anymore because, look, if you want to sign up for membership, that's just going to be for patronage. The same way that Nick and Adam talked about that after Stav left. That the Patreon was just going to be for patrons. For people who wanted to just chip in. You're not getting anything special out of a membership right now. There's no bonuses. I haven't hit 1K yet. It's like I've been stuck. You know, I'm about 40 away. And I can't find 40 more people. Which, when I don't promote anything, I'm not actively seeking that. I'm sure I could go out and farm it if I wanted to. If I put my fucking mind to it, I could get to 1K, get monetized fully, and go from there. But it really hasn't felt important enough to me to do that. I have a lot of other things going on in my life. People close to me know what's going on. I've been recovering from a lot of shit. My leg is finally starting to get better. I've had a bad leg since last year. Last year, May. I worked through Skankfest with a bad leg. I think the adrenaline kept me going. I paid for it when I got home, that's for damn sure, but that was one of the greatest 5 days of my life. I had so much fun out in New Orleans, and I'm going to have fun again this year, because now, instead of just going alone and knowing no one, I know all these people, and they want to look out for me and hang out with me, and I still need to finalize plans with people, but, you know, I don't like to just, I don't know. I'm just excited to hang out with everybody. Shane, who's been on here, we're going to be hanging out. I'm going to be hanging out with Leighton. Broseph is going on a cruise, so I'm brokenhearted because I genuinely wanted to spend time with him. Not like everybody else doesn't matter, but Broseph and I have talked about this, that I sense a good friendship there with Broseph. Very much so. I'll say that publicly on the show. Broseph, you're a gem, man. I'm lucky I got somebody like you out there, brother. And I'm glad things are working out for you with the path you've taken. But at the end of the day, it's cool that you're going on a cruise instead of going to Skankfest. Go be with your family, dude. Go do that. You know what I mean? Skankfest isn't going anywhere. Yeah, you'll miss out, air quotes, but if you really want to miss out on your family, no. No, because you won't get that back. You won't get that shit back. I admire and respect that shit. Yeah. Vandal, I got so many plans. I still got to talk to that fool to figure everything out, but I got a lot of plans with Vandal. He's going to be a part of everything I got going on. I don't think I'll, unless he wants to, but I don't think I'm really trying to do all that. Don't expect any content really from me around that. I'm just trying to go and hang out with my people. I know I did the Skankfest Chronicles last year. What I'm doing this year, instead of the Skankfest Chronicles, I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do my first live show for This Is Comedy. I will do my first ever live show. And look, it's going to be late. So anybody on the West Coast, this is going to be your opportunity. We're like at 11 p.m. probably, your time. So we're talking 2 a.m. Eastern time. This is when everything kind of wraps up at the event. And that's when I'm just going to do my show live. You know what I mean? I don't think I'll go to the after party the night that I do my show. And I'll see who wants to fucking hang out and do it. Either have a big panel of people. It'll actually be on video, a bunch of guests. I'll set it up in a really like fun and interesting way. I mean it. I'll actually do something that will be fun. But just don't expect anything to whatever. I think you guys all know, anybody who's followed me since I went to Skankfest, I'm not the guy that likes to go... I have photography skills. I don't want to get into all that. If they wanted me to do photography, I would do that. But that's not what I'm there for. But I think you know, I wasn't taking pictures of comedians or trying to get pictures with comedians. I just wanted to be the guy that wasn't the asshole who that's what... you know what I mean? I just wanted to be one of the guys that wasn't like, hey, can I get... I've talked to you guys about that in the past. I talked about it when I went on Corn-Fed. Anybody who's going to Skankfest this year, you want to make a good impression, just come up to these guys normal. Don't be like, yo, can I get a pic? Just don't do it. Don't do it. And I bet you that even though you'll be sad you didn't get the picture, I bet you that you have a better interaction because you don't ask them for anything. Now, if they ask if you want a picture, you can say yes if you want. You know, I'm not telling anybody don't go there to not be a fan. If you're a fan, be a fan. But if you're trying to get a little something else out of Skankfest, I mean, just hang around, be kind of into like the middle area and watch the people that walk by and just, yeah, have some fun. There's quite a few people that I'm looking forward to seeing again that I don't even really remember their names or anything. I have a bunch of phone numbers in my phone from people who I haven't texted with them or anything, but I definitely remember these people. And it's just going to be exciting. I wonder who all is coming back. I know a couple people aren't coming back. I'm pretty surprised that I made the cut when there's other people who were above me that did not make the cut. I'm not going to talk any drama or rumors, but, you know, if you don't see certain faces this year, you can just assume that they separated for whatever reasons. Let your imagination run wild. But I'm not here to say anything specific because it's not like I have an inside plug. I don't know any of that shit. I'm just surprised that a couple people will not be coming back. I'm lucky I get to come back. I'm gonna bust my ass this year again too and have a bunch of fucking fun. I'm not expecting any special treatment. I got plenty of that last year. Like for a complete unknown, they rolled out the red carpet in so many ways where they bought my loyalty. You know, I won't jump off a fucking bridge for them. I mean, unless they gave me like a parachute or a bungee cord, but maybe I would. Yeah, I fuck with the Legion. Good group of fans. Lots of good people. That's been the most inspiring since then. It's just the way that people talk about comedy. And I still get warm and fuzzy when people out there in the world recognize me a little bit. And it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens once in a while. And it makes me feel seen. Like it's cool. I'm sorry if that's gay to say. It's cool that once in a while, like, people know. That's fun. You know, I normally don't comment on the background music, but this is very much like an Art Bell coast to coast style beat. I like it a lot. That is kind of what I want to do with the other idea I have when I hit 1K. It's going to be more of like a midnight go live and talk to people thing. It would be a lot different. Maybe I would have it be a call-in show. I don't want to just completely rip off Coast to Coast, but I kind of want to do Coast to Coast. That's what I want it to turn into. This is comedy. This I like the way it is. A show that when I have guests on, it's kind of just a, I don't know, unique introduction to their perspective on comedy when presented with ideas that either coincide or conflict with theirs. Which a great example of that, go watch the sibling rivalry episode, Revelry Rotation. Because that episode, in the best possible way, went off the rails. And, like, the end of that conversation is so fucking wild. Oh my god. Just Paul arguing for what, like, why Game of Thrones is his favorite. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Paul. Don't murder me. God, that was so good. Just talking to him about Fallout and all that shit. Oh my god. Yeah. Outside of that, man, you know, things are chill. I've got a lot of changes that are coming down the pipeline. This beautiful lake house that I've been at, I will be departing from eventually. You know, all things change in life. I could stay here if I want, but I don't want to. I don't want to talk shit on this place, but there's some things that have been happening in the summer that are concerning. Not like with neighbors or anything. All of that's great. Like, everything's cool here. It's just, one thing I'll openly talk about, I do not want to ever live right next to gigantic, tall fucking trees again. It is one of the most terrifying things in the world to be in your home and look outside during a tornado watch type of weather storm. And you are seeing these trees move so violently. Like they're just about to come down on the fucking house. I was scared. We had one tree fall near us. I've been scared. That makes me a bitch, okay. I don't think anybody would not be afraid in a storm of if you're seeing giant trees as thick as Dave Blunt's rocking wildly back and forth, and you're hearing creaks and snaps all around you, and then a tree does fall, and I think that would put the fear of God into any mortal being. I'm telling you, it was not fun. That's happened a couple times here in in the last 2 months. I don't need that. I've never been around trees like this. I've gone and visited places and whatever, and in the winter, it wasn't bad because there weren't crazy winter storms. We had bad winter weather. I just mean there wasn't, insane gusts of wind that were throwing icy snow around. That wasn't happening. We just got pounded and pounded with fucking pounded. Oh, right. Yeah, we got pounded with snow from the back, no lube. It was tough. So yeah, even though it's beautiful here and I have the lake, 10 footsteps away from me, seeing the blue jays right outside of my deck, that was awesome. And anybody who caught that, my little plan that I didn't advertise or anything, I just took pictures at different stages because I wanted to show Ben Avery. I know he's a bird enthusiast. I appreciate that aspect of him, that not all of his life is dedicated to the art of the deal. He's not just trying to be a comedian. He's actually just trying to be a human being, guys. Comedy is a part of what he does. It's not who he is. And still makes me laugh. When he saw the mom sitting on the eggs, he was like, I like that big YN. And then I know pretty sure one of my followers that also follows Ben was like, I just searched YN and the first thing that came up on X was this post. Which, look, that's a little bit of your personal algorithm tricking you, because people who don't know Ben Avery, that won't come up. That's the shitty thing about the internet that they don't want to tell you now, is that it's hard to break out of your personalized algorithm and get back into the regular internet. You really have to watch a lot of different shit and force yourself into circles, and it's not easy. It takes a lot of clicking on profiles and trying to find out where they're based, and yeah, a lot of it's just too catered. And we're coming up to the end of this episode anyway. But yeah, just to round that out, I don't plan on staying here much longer. It's a little bit scary, you guys. It's a little bit scary. It was a great memory. And then I'll be able to talk more about this place when I leave. Because that's just the unfortunate part about trying to be a personality. You don't want to offer too much information to people. There's a lot of people who live in Cali, for example, but when they're content creators, they're like, oh, I'm from LA. That's all they say. Now, why do they do that? Because they can use the brand for recognition while at the same time allowing that to obfuscate their true location. They're protecting themselves by just throwing out, oh yeah, I'm from LA. So anybody who's trying to look from them, they're looking in LA. They're not going anywhere, they're looking in LA. LA woman, LA woman, LA woman on the avenue. Now, on one hand, that's lying. But it's also protecting yourself, because why should you tell the truth or offer truth willingly to people you don't know? Yeah. If you don't know somebody, you probably shouldn't overshare. And we don't know pretty much everybody on the internet. You never know what to expect. So yeah, you gotta be on your guard sometimes. Anyway, I want to say that I'll be back next week. But really, I just did this episode because I wanted to check in with people after so long. The last episode I did, FO came on, and that was a lot of fun. I like having a guest on. I think it's better to the audience. It gives me more to go off of because it's fun riffing with people. And I do feel like my sweet spot is getting 3 people to come on. But I'm okay with one-on-one sessions. Those do okay. It's just, I gotta start finding people. I've had prior guests want to come on, but I've had to explain to a couple of people, I'm not Joe Rogan, but I do like to have separation between visits. You know, I'm sure if Joe Rogan had Bobby Lee on every single episode, you wouldn't ever care. But the idea that Bobby Lee has almost never really done Joe Rogan except for, 2 times or maybe 3 now? You know, it's kind of... him going on means more than if you were to see fucking Brian Callen go on for the 40th time or whatever. You know what I mean? Not that like, fuck Brian Callen or whatever. But you understand what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference there. And most people see it. So yeah, if I can figure out some of this guest mishap situation, that'll be great. Because I was supposed to have somebody come on today. I'm going to give them a pass because it was literally the fucking holiday weekend. I don't hold that against anybody. But we will see what's happening next week. I just wanted to check in with you guys, let you know I'm alive. You can still catch me live on Tuesdays. I'm on the Outlawed Thoughts channel, and I do Losercast. Outlawed Thoughts at 6:30, Losercast at 10. You're more than welcome to pull up, and I really hope you do. I just set up a voicemail hotline so you can call in and like say whatever the fuck you want, because I can pretty much edit out anything too crazy for the show. But if you want to call in and leave a joke message, do it. I think it would be funny. We had funny when Michael the Libertarian called and left one. That was fun playing it on the show. So like, yeah, guys, let's have a little more fun. Let's try to build communities and the people who are here. I mean, if you're watching this show and you're listening right now, please go vote on the Loser of the Week. I believe in this show. There's a reason why I've said it for months. I like it. I think if enough people get behind it, we can get a bigger audience. But people have to show up. Let's make this a big show. What else are you doing on a Tuesday night at 10 p.m.? Playing with your dick? Flicking your bean? Taking a diarrhea shit because of the new parasite that's breaking out? You can take a shit and watch Losercast at the same time. You're not gonna tell me that just because blood is escaping your anus, you can't open YouTube, tap on the fucking notification, and set your phone down while you pray to God or Satan or whoever your fucking savior is. You know what I mean? Just check in with us. Come hang out. Anyway, thank you very much to everybody who listened in. Kind of a weird, long gap, I know, but if you've hung in there with me, right on. I did notice the last episode did decent, so not really expecting big numbers for this one, but love you guys, and I will see you when I see you.